We welcome you back to the CNN Newsroom. I'm Rick Sanchez. Here's the question. Did this D.C. Madam Palfrey kill herself, or did somebody kill her? Now, we posed that question because it's being posed by hundreds of bloggers, if not the thousands that are responding to those blogs. We've asked Josh Levs to check into these for us, and he's joining us now live to actually break this down for us. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, hey there, Rick. One of the most prominent blogs taking a look at this is right here. It's called PrisonPlanet.com, and they've been talking about this very frequently, at times every day. They have, for example, this one piece that says her friend said that that's not her signature on the suicide note. Let me scroll down a little bit, show you the kinds of things that are going on online. They're putting together a signature that they've seen from her, or rather a piece of handwriting they've seen of her before, and her handwriting on her suicide note. They're saying, was she forced to do this? Is it even really hers? Also, this same site at another point talks about, look, they say, even the Washington Post said that after she went to jail, she would have been able to make all this money. She would have been famous. There would have been book deals, movies. Why would she possibly do this? So these are the kinds of things people are batting back and forth and saying, hey, does it even make sense that she would have committed suicide?
Well, you know, when it comes to handwriting, I can tell you just from some of the studies that we've done in the past say that there's no actual definitive way of breaking down what somebody's handwriting looks like. But let me ask you about something else I've been reading a lot about, and that is that she's a woman and she hanged herself, and that's uncommon. Women usually don't hang themselves. True or not true?
Well, actually, the numbers are about the same. Let's take a look at this. We put together this list here because that actually is one of the big arguments we're seeing. We pulled together some of the big arguments people have for why, in these sites, why they think she did not commit suicide. One of the first ones that they're saying is, look, powerful people wanted her silent. They know that, and that's a fact. Another one is that women rarely hang themselves, and that she allegedly hanged herself, and so did a woman who allegedly once worked for her. So I pulled up those statistics that you're asking me about. This right here is from the National Institutes of Health, and what it shows is that when it comes to suicide, men and women hang themselves at about the same rate, 23% for men, 20% for women. It is true overall that most women who commit suicide don't choose to do it by hanging, but it's not that big a difference from men at all. So that in and of itself is not, a very super striking element.
Here's another one, though, that I've got to hit you with because we've been reading a lot about this. There's a condo director down in Orlando who says he had talked to her several times, and that she told him that she was concerned because, and let me get the right verbiage here, that someone had been following her.
Right. Yep. And I'm glad you said that, actually, because when we look at what the other big arguments are, that's one right there. The suggestion in a report out of Florida that she had been followed and that she was being concerned. She was concerned that she was being followed. And also, there's this in addition to that. Rick, I'll show you one more big one. That she once said she would not commit suicide. In fact, we can hear her say it. Let's listen.
No, I'm not planning to commit suicide. I'm planning to go into court on April 7th if indeed we do have the trial, and I plan on defending myself vigorously, and I plan on exposing the government in ways that, I do not think they want me to expose them. I want them to explain to me in open court why they came after me.
Now, that's from Alex Jones' radio show, and in fact, this is his blog right here. Now, obviously, that is one of the big arguments we are hearing. I will tell you, to balance it all out, someone that you are familiar with, that you'll be speaking with, right here, this is a Time Magazine article in which author Dan Moldea says, you know what, she did say that she would commit suicide before going to prison. Also on all these fronts, Rick, everything we've talked about, the suggestion that she was followed, questions about handwriting, all of these. I spoke today with CNN's law enforcement expert here, our law enforcement analyst, Mike Brooks, and here's what he had to say.
First time I heard it, Josh, I said, is there something sinister here? But after looking at the suicide notes, looking at, as what the police department said, they looked at other investigative avenues because I think they also were thinking, could it possibly be something sinister? But after looking at all the evidence, there's nothing to say that this was anything but suicide by hanging.
And Rick, I spoke with the police in Florida. They say there's absolutely no suggestion of foul play at all. There's nothing, this is a quote, there's nothing to suggest it was anything other than suicide. So while there are these elements the bloggers are talking about, the authorities are saying, look, they don't have anything substantive to back that up.
Josh, thanks so much. Always good to look at the facts and break them down for us.